Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope that you guys are good. Sorry for being 5 minutes late. We've been waiting for the other student to join us, but I don't know if it's internet or what. We haven't had them, so hopefully they will join us shortly. So my name is Aline. I'm excited to have a Q&A about the masterclass. And I have my beautiful Valentine with me. She is from Buffalo, New York. She lives in Buffalo, New York. And Valentine, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Valentine, a staying home mom of a 16-month baby girl.
Okay.
I live in Buffalo, New York.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Valentine.
you.
And we supposed to have more student, one from Romania and then one from and what I've forgotten where they're from. But if the student that received the link, if you can hear me, please use the link and join us so that we can answer your questions whenever, as soon as you can, so that we can make sure that we are quick and concise. So anyway, so Valentine, you enroll to the introduction to the masterclass. So I sent you. You got the opportunity to register during the offer. So I sent you some notes. So before I answer your question, I want to ask you one question. Why did you register? Um what is your goal into registering to the masterclass?
Uh, for me, it's like I want to have a better understanding about I can say like stock market, about to know how you can increase your wealth. Mm-hmm.
That's great. That is
Mm.
amazing. So I am so glad that you actually entrusted me to be able to give you the experience and the knowledge that I had gained throughout the years, because they always say that experience is like speaks better than actually sometimes gaining knowledge, because sometimes when you're on the field and you go through the experience, you win, you lose, you have more, you gain more, like you have more understanding than somebody who just like got a degree in investment or got a degree in business per se. So yeah, so I'm so grateful and honored that you entrusted me with your knowledge. So yeah, so so since you're the first one and the only one here for now, I'm listening. What is your question?
Can you tell me about how you started investing? Because I was very impressed how you said that you started it when you were still in Africa. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yes, so let me tell you a little background about how this all started. So I don't know if you read my story or if you read my book, or if you are aware of my story, but I'm gonna give an overall, like a summary of my story. So I am originally from Rwanda. I'm a genocide survivor, and I lost my mom when I was 13 months. I lost my dad when I was 5 years old. Then I was raised in multiple families, and along the way I would say I was in environment where I had to learn to take care of myself. I had to learn to be my own father, like to be my own person who thinks about my future and plan for my future. So in 2009, I randomly, I won't say randomly because I don't believe in randomness, but I I listened to an interview by by a man called Warren Buffett. And at that time, I did not know him. I did not know who he was. I didn't know that he was a great investor, but I was just intrigued. And for some reason, whenever I will watch the news here and there, because I never watched, I'm not a person who watched the news, but whenever I will watch the news, I will see all these like the information below, like the banner right now going with like the Dow Jones going down, like with an arrow down, an arrow up, and I always wondered. I was like, what is this? But I never had that like that desire to know more. For me, I was like, it's just for some people, it's not for me. So but
Mm.
in 2009, when I was listening to him and he was talking about how he started investing, how he started at the age of 11, and at that time I was 21. So I'm like, wait a minute, this person started at 11 and I'm 21. Daddy. So I am not too young to start investing. But at that time, I did not know what it was. What was investment? What was it about? But I just was like, I was challenged. I'm like, okay, if this person who is like who started at 11 and now is like very well off, very successful, like maybe this can help me pay my tuition fees. For me, that was my mindset. It wasn't like I wasn't even thinking about, I'm going to be wealthy or very rich or very whatever. For me, I was thinking about my future, my studies, because I wanted to be a geologist. So, and I was like, I need to get, and the country where I was, there was no geology. There was the field that I wanted to study, it wasn't there. So I had to go abroad. So I'm like, I need to get money to be able to go abroad. So I started looking for him and more details about him and reading book. And my first book that I read about how he invests, it's called The Warren Buffett Way by Robert J. Hackstone. And that book shifted my perception of investment. And I started thinking, I'm like, wow, like I can do this. Like I don't have to have a million to start investing. I don't have to have like a lot of money to start investing. I just start little by little and it will grow. So I started reading books. I started like educating myself through YouTube. I started like really getting like more knowledge over and over and over and over. And then the country I was at, I couldn't, because I was still in a I was living with people that were very influential, and they would have known, and they didn't want to help. So if I had to invest there, they would be like, maybe they would know or find out and stop me from my plans. So I was like, okay, God, whenever you allow me to leave this country and this house, whenever you will do that, I will start investing. And I know that you provide for me to start investing. So then in 2011, God made a way for me to leave that country and go to South Africa. And at that time, it had been what, 3 years of really is it 2 years? Yeah, 2 years or three. Yeah, 2 years of like studying the stock market, reading about the stock market, reading books on business, reading books on investment. And at that point, I had gained enough knowledge to start now. Sorry, that um, sorry, one of the person is asking me how to join. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So 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 that's the place where I finally got a chance to start investing. And because of the knowledge that's I oh my God, hold on a minute. She's saying
Mhm.
that she hasn't received the link. This is weird.
Oh, take your time.
Hold on a
Maybe
minute.
resend the email.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I just said it.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so
No
yeah,
problem.
so when I got to South Africa with the knowledge that I had with the with all the experience that I had, now it was I could finally join, like, start my first investment. So I bought my first stock, and I remember that for the first time I was so excited. I was like so stoked, and I was like, okay, God, this is my seed. This is my seed, and I know that it's gonna grow. And I'm telling you, I still have that stock, and like God just exponentially blessed and exponentially, like, it's a miracle, to be honest. And because of that, and because of the grace of God, of course, I'm gonna always put God in it, because I'm a believer, and I believe that God is in everything. But in that way, God made a way for me to be able to pay my tuition fees, to pay for it and finish and graduate and have the degree that I've always wanted to have without a student loan. Yes, along the way he provided in other multiple ways. I worked. I had, like, side jobs at school and stuff like that. But like that, like I got significant amounts of my part of my dividend to be able to pay for my tuition fees. So that is how I got to be able to study and to do what I love to do. So yeah.
Oh my God. It's very, very impressive. I can't believe
It's
that you,
God. It's
yeah,
God.
that,
You know, like, this is what I tell people. Like, when you have a goal, when you have a dream, because the Bible is very clear. It says in Ephesians 3:20. Many people quote that, right? It says, the Lord will do exceedingly abundantly above what we can think, ask,
mm-hmm,
or imagine. God will not do exceedingly. Okay, there she is. Hi,
mm-hmm,
Samira.
Bye.
Oh, she's on mute. So God cannot do exceedingly abundantly far above if we are not thinking, if we are not asking, and if we are not imagining. So there is power in our goal planning, in our vision, imagining and visioning. Because when you have a vision, you have a goal. And when you have a goal, God will give you tools for you to reach there. My goal was for me to study, graduate debt free. And because I know the Bible, and I had, at that time, I had read the Bible so many times, so I knew that God said that gold and silver belongs to him, that he said that he is our provider, he is our jireh. So I was like, okay, God, I want to graduate debt free. I want to be able to graduate and be in a place where I don't have to owe anybody, that I don't have to be in a place where I, like, I'm stressed. As soon as I graduate, I'm like, oh my God, Jesus, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And that is what I did. That's exactly what I did. And he was faithful. He kept me. He gave me the insight. He guided me to which stock to buy. And in all honesty, and I would say this, like, I've seen my investment grow because I involved God in it, because I asked God to come and help me invest, help me choose what kind of investment it should be. So yeah, so that's my story.
yeah, thank you.
You're
Yeah, it's
welcome.
really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. Samira,
Mhm.
est-ce que tu peux mettre ta caméra
I
et aussi tu es on mute. She's muted. I mean, hopefully she can hear
Oh,
us. Yeah.
oh.
Okay, so do you have any other question?
Mm. Uh, so I was, I want like a little bit understanding of how the master class and
Coucou Samira. So Samira speaks French. Okay,
yeah,
so
pas de problème. Moi aussi, I can try.
okay, so we will go French and English so that because I
Mm,
also have English speakers that will be watching this, so I will be going
okay,
back and forth with the language. So coucou
okay.
Samira, comment tu vas? Tu es on mute. Tu es You are on mute.
Oui,
Oui, comment vas-tu?
oui, oui, j'avais coupé ça. Oui, je vais bien, merci. Comment tout le monde
Ok.
va ici? Bonsoir.
Bonsoir,
Bonsoir.
bonsoir. Et donc,
Désolée pour le retard.
non, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. La connexion et puis le changement d'horaire est un peu difficile à poursuivre.
Mhm.
Donc, Samira, tu nous
Oui,
jouais du Burkina.
oui, c'est ça.
Donc, quelle est la question que tu as pour la masterclass? Pourquoi est-ce que tu t'es inscrite et quels sont tes désirs pour cette classe?
Euh, la fin, j'ai pas très bien saisi.
Ok, tu t'es inscrit pour ce cours.
Mhm.
Quels sont tes objectifs? Quelle est la raison pour laquelle tu t'es inscrit pour cette classe?
D'accord. Bon, je dirais d'abord que le message que j'ai vu sur Facebook m'a intéressé, m'a attiré, je dirais ça comme ça. Et je me suis dit que je peux apprendre de nouvelles choses en m'inscrivant à ce cours qui pourrait, disons, m'aider à m'améliorer dans le sens de parfaire en fait mes objectifs et éventuellement de pouvoir remettre un peu en question le pourquoi enfin le pourquoi des choses, du fait que les choses n'avancent pas dans le bon sens ou du moins dans le sens que moi je veux, ou peut-être ça n'avance pas à la vitesse à laquelle moi je voudrais. Donc voilà, ça me permettra également de recadrer quand même deux, trois petites choses éventuellement, ou pourquoi pas remettre tout en question, on ne sait jamais. Bon, du coup, tu apprends quand même. Bon, c'est surtout pour apprendre et perfectionner. On finit jamais d'apprendre, mais perfectionner et éventuellement repositionner mes objectifs et voilà, à réajuster aussi tout ce que j'ai eu à faire jusque-là.
Ok, merci
Mhm.
beaucoup. Quelle est
Merci.
la première question à laquelle tu aimerais que je réponde?
J'avais pas fini de préparer mes questions.
Continue.
Non, je dis j'avais pas fini de préparer mes questions parce que
Oh, ok, tu n'as pas fini.
c'était
Ok, donc
dans
je
le
vais répondre à quelques
feedback
questions que j'ai reçues sur l'email. Et puis, pendant ce temps, vous pouvez penser à d'autres questions. OK. Et
Ok,
puis, je vais essayer je vais répondre en anglais et puis je vais essayer de traduire aussi en
ah,
français. OK?
ok,
So I was saying I'm going to be a translator on both languages. So I'm gonna go from French to English to French. So she said Samira is she lives in Burkina. And she says she joined the masterclass because she is willing to learn and she would like to learn and understand what are the reason why she is where she is and why things are not going the way she's expecting them to go, and if there is any way of like learning better to better her way of living. So I think that's a little summary of what she said. So I'm going to answer a few questions because they were supposed to be more students joining us, and I have no idea where they are. So Alice, Abigail, Jonah, if you are listening to me, please use the link and join us. I will be glad to answer your question. So I'm gonna answer the first question that I've received. Oh, there we go. I have one person. Abigail is texting me. Uh, uh, okay, so why join the masterclass now? Okay, so that this is an email that I received from somebody who's still thinking about joining or not joining. So my thing is, right now the world has changed from 2020. Like, everything has shifted. The world has become mostly digital and mostly working from home, mostly and if you agree with me, whether, I mean, Valentine, you live in Buffalo, New York, so you can agree with me that during COVID, and we're still in COVID, I mean, we still the restriction are lifted, but we still are facing the consequences of COVID. How the market, how people lost their 401k here, if you live in America, how people lost their job and they could no longer, they couldn't, like, they had to really rely on the government to be able to survive, because they didn't have any other income. They just had their job. So when the job stopped, life stopped. Okay. And then you have other people that got extremely richer and richer. So if you look at Amazon went from being a billion company to a trillion company during COVID. So now my question is, how come one crisis can enrich people, reach certain people, and then make other people more poor? And the answer is knowledge. The answer is multiple streams of income. The answer is being able to not to put your eggs in one basket, and being able to spread your eggs so that if one falls, at least you have other things working. So I've seen many people losing their job and feeling like hopeless and feeling like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna feed my children. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So for me, the reason why I believe that God put this desire in me to teach this class, to enhance this class, and give tools to people, is because I my desire and my prayer is for people to not settle for less, and to know that there's so many other streams of income out there. There's so many other opportunities to make money out there. And it's not even making money the thing. My main focus is not money, because money is a tool. So the reason why I say becoming the best version of yourself is, once you find your purpose, once you find what God really intended you to do, and when you start fulfilling that purpose, you actually attract the wealth. But if you just run towards money, you will literally run for the rest of your life and actually die looking for it. Many people who want to be successful would never be successful, because success is predictable, just like failure is predictable. So for you to be able to be successful, you need knowledge, you need understanding. That's why there are master classes. That's why there are people that will pay thousands and thousands of money to be able to learn, to go to master classes and sit down and gain knowledge and read books for them to be able to understand it better. So that is why I'm saying joining this intro. It's not even the master class, to be honest. It's the introduction to the master class, because the master class on its own has 25 modules. And that, because I have an audience, a French audience, Samira is French, and I have other French people that also registered. So because I have French, French audience, I need to translate the notes that the 25 modules, and I need to find to be able to have a translator for that case, because I would not be able to do the speaking in English and speaking in French at the same time. So because of all of these technicality, I decided to make sure that, okay, I'm gonna just have an introduction to the masterclass, give an overall overview of the 25 modules of what to expect to the masterclass, and also give people tools into that, and tools and things that they can do their own research, and it will help them to know what kind of investment they want to invest in, because there's so many kind of investment. There's all kind of investment, and I'm gonna go through that in a few, because I got a question from that. So we are going to talk about those things and help people to discover where exactly do you fit in, because this world has so many places to invest. There's so many type of investment, and I'm gonna get through that in a few. So but everybody, just like there's so many stores, but not every store is for you. For example, there are stores of clothing, but you will say, oh, this store is not my type, because it's not the kind of clothes that you wear, because everybody is different. So because of being very different, there's also different type of investment for different type of people. And I'm gonna give you the types. You can do your own research and find which one suits you, which one is best for you, for in the place that you are. And I'm telling you, you don't need to have $1 million to start investing. No, absolutely not. So let me translate now for Samira. So Samira, la première question, c'était pour savoir, quelqu'un m'a demandé pourquoi est-ce que c'est important de joindre cette classe maintenant. Et j'ai expliqué que à cause du COVID, beaucoup de gens ont perdu leur travail. Beaucoup de gens ont perdu, sont arrivés à un endroit où ils n'arrivaient même plus à pouvoir subvenir aux besoins de leur famille. Et c'est pourquoi c'est très important maintenant d'avoir beaucoup de how do I say it? Beaucoup de d'autres endroits où avoir des paiements. Oh, she's gone. I think her network is bad. So
maybe d'autres moyens de gagner de l'argent.
Yes, merci Valentine. D'autres moyens de gagner de l'argent, yeah. So c'est très important d'avoir d'autres moyens de gagner de l'argent pour que quand en temps de crise on ne s'arrête pas et que la vie est terminée, il n'y a plus rien à faire. C'est très important d'avoir d'autres moyens d'investissement qui nous amènent de l'argent dans la poche et qui nous permettra de pouvoir subvenir à nos besoins en temps de crise. Donc, c'est pourquoi c'est important de prendre ces genres de cours. C'est important de savoir quel est le marché, quelle est la bourse. Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de gens qui parlent de la crypto-monnaie? Il y a beaucoup de gens qui parlent de stocks. Qu'est-ce que les stocks? Qu'est-ce que le marché des stocks? C'est important de se renseigner et c'est important de savoir, OK, qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour avoir d'autres moyens? Pour que s'il y a une autre crise, je ne tombe pas dans la crainte, dans la peur de ne pas pouvoir survivre. Yeah.
Okay.
Donc, okay, so I'm going to answer the next question. What are the type of investment that you can share about? So, like I said, the marketplace is like an ocean. It's vast. So you have to know what you're looking for when you get going there. Just like when you go fishing, like you need to be a fisherman to know how to throw your net, where to throw your net to be able to get wherever you want to get. So there are different types of investment. And during this masterclass, I'm going to go in depth and I'm going to give you example in each of the investment. What are the kind of investment, what are the kind of stocks in those kind of investment, or what or things to think about. So the first one that I want to talk about is the growth investment. That growth investment, it is suitable for long-term investors. Now, I am a long-term investors. There are people that are traders, that are brokers, that they will buy stocks and sell it when it goes down. I don't do that. Actually, in the opposite way, when the stock is going down, I buy more stocks, and I will explain why during the masterclass. So the growth investment, they are they are stocks that are growing. It's like it's not like an instant uh wealth that you get. It grows. It's like you are planting a tree and it's growing. Okay, so that is the first one. The shares you have in a company. You can buy shares for a company. It's also a type of growth investment, but it's specifically for like companies and entities. Then we have property investment, like real estate investment. Let's say buying a condo and renting a condo. Okay, or buying a house and renting a house. Then you have defensive investment. Defensive investment is like investing in companies like McDonald's, like Chick-fil-A, like those kind of stocks. Okay, those stocks are focused on generated income. So what is generated income? I will go more in depth during the masterclass. Then we have the cash. So the cash investment is, let's say, buying gold and silver. Okay, that's also another type of investment. Okay, fixed interest. Okay, then we have all other type of investment, but those are the six main type that I think that is important to know, that I actually that I focus on when I do the investment. Like I said, I'm gonna teach you what I've learned for these 11 years, and I'm also going to make sure that I also give you resources, more resources for you to do your own research, because investment is like it's very important to do your own research. Don't just listen to somebody and say, "Oh, Aline said I should invest in this, so I should do this." No, 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 no. Do your own research. Do your own thing, and it's important for you to do it and do your own research. Have peace with it, because it is your money. If you lose it, it's your money. If you gain it, it is your money. So it's important. Just like nobody should tell you what to do with your money, so I shouldn't tell you where to invest, but um I can give you advices and research and resources for you to learn and decide where do you want to invest. Okay. So Valentine and Samira, do you have any question that you are thinking about, or should I continue answering the questions?
Uh, may I ask a
Yes.
question?
Yes.
I don't know if it will be in when we started the module, or if you can talk about it right now. I just like, how do you know the type of stock you can invest in?
That is a good question, but that is a very loaded question. And that
Oh,
not answer like I cannot answer like A B C D. There are so many parameters that you have to look at. So they are, to me, there are three types of stocks, okay?
Mhm.
Even though there are many types of stocks, but in my head, there are three types of stocks. There are stocks for gamblers, okay? When I say stocks for gamblers, it's stocks that they can you can win big today and lose big tomorrow. Those kind of stocks, I never invest in them because I don't want to lose money. Now, as I said, I was introduced to the investment with Warren Buffett, okay? And Warren Buffett has these rules, okay? He has these 7 rules, and I think I posted it in my on my social media, but I want to read it before I go, so that it will help before I answer your question, because it will be best to do that. Let me find it. Goodness, how come? Why am I not finding it? Just a minute. I'm trying to get onto my social media so I can answer. Interesting. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I posted it, I think yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I think couple days ago you posted it, but
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like.
So they are
Mm.
rules. He has, I think he has like 7 or 8 rules, 8 golden rules. And during the masterclass, I'm gonna go through it more in depth, and I'm gonna explain it more. But because he was, I would say he is my virtual mentor. I've read so many books about how he invests. Like, I've read a lot of things about how he invests, and one of his secret is because he followed these 5 rules. And I'm telling you, for 11 years I've followed these rules and I have not lost money, because I use these rules to not lose money. And yes, it is possible not to lose money. And even when it sounds like you lose money, you actually not losing money, but it's actually a doorway for you to gain more money. And I will explain that during the class, okay? So the first rule is what? Never lose money. That's the first rule. So like I said, there are 3 types of stock. The first stock is for gamblers. You can win big today or lose big tomorrow. I never use this. I never even look at them. I never even like go there. And I will show you how to identify those kind of stocks, how to see them, and how to know that, oh, these one are for gamblers. I'm not putting my money in. The second one, there are stocks, okay, that are not preferred stock, meaning those stocks, they have a 50-50% chances. They are not reputable. They are not blue chip stock. Blue chip stocks are stocks that have a reputable uh, um, uh, a reputation, a great reputation in the marketplace. So they are well known, and they can't go into bankruptcy very easily. They're very safe. Those one I will show you. I will show them to you. Those are uh blue chip stocks. And then they are the one that are 50-50. And how do you identify the 50-50? And even those that are 50-51, I will say to you, take time to interpret the stock indicators, the candlestick stock, the ratios, before you put your money in. Don't just say, oh, for the past 6 months it's been going up, so I'm going to invest. Because you can invest, and then after 9 months you just gonna lose everything, like a lot. So it's important to like take your time. Stocks is like, it's like buying a house, okay? Like, you don't just go and visit the house and say, we take it. Like, you have to sit down and be like, okay, do I have enough money to invest? It's very important to like really process it. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. meaning never lose money. Rule number 3, never invest in businesses you cannot understand. So you have to understand the stock, you have to understand the business, understand the company, understand the company policies, and if it's a dividend stock that you are investing in, understand the dividend yield percentage. If you can't understand it, don't invest in it. Number 4, if you do not feel comfortable owning a stock for 10 years, you shouldn't own it for 10 minutes. That's also an important thing. So if you don't feel comfortable owning it for a long start, don't even bother. And it's important to ask yourself, do you think that this company will be there for the next 10 years? Is this company going to survive for the next 10 years? Is this company going to make it for the next 10 years? Number 5, it is far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Now, this is why I tell you the power of when I say when your stock goes down and it feels like you're losing money, you actually are not losing money. That's rule 5. You are buying a wonderful company at a fair price. You understand? Because if you own already the stock, you know that the company is wonderful. You know the company is safe because you believe that you can stay with that company for at least 10 years, right? So if the stock goes down, it is an indication for you to buy more. You get what I'm saying? So you are buying a wonderful company at a fair price, but not a fair company at a wonderful price. You get what I'm saying? So you actually not losing money,
Yes.
you're gaining money. So imagine if, let's say, for example, if you get you go to TJ Maxx, okay, and you see 75% off, okay, are you going to be more excited of and I have nothing wrong with TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx and I would shop at TJ Maxx, okay, but I'm giving an example. Then you go to Louis Vuitton and you see 75% off. Which one are you going to go to?
Yeah, it will be just Louis Vuitton.
Exactly, because it's a wonderful company at a fair price.
Mm.
You see the point.
Yeah.
But many people, when they see the stock going down, they're like, oh my god, I need to get out, of here, I need to go. But yes, Samira, I'm going to translate, I promise. So, but if you leave, then that company, because that company is a wonderful company, it will go up again. So you're losing. You get it?
Oh,
So that's
oh
the
my
game of the
goodness.
stock. That's the game of this. And I promise you, if you get that game in, you will make money. Because it's so when people see the red, me, I start smiling. As soon as I see something is red, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. It's time to buy. Because when you know the reputation of the company you want to invest in, and you see that company has struggled, because everybody has their bad days. You know, nobody has always good days, right?
Yeah.
Even the most kind person will have bad days. So if you have your
Mm.
bad days, are you gonna throw your child away because the child is sick? No, you don't throw them away. You hold them tightly and you buy more of these children, and then you keep them, and then when the market goes up, you have more dividend yield, you have more stocks, and you have more money.
Oh my God. The problem will be how to know those stock.
Then
And then it
you
will be in
are
the
at the right
masterclass.
place. You are at the right place. I will show you and I will give you a list of the stocks that you should research on. Yeah, I will do that.
In,
I'll give you those
in the
stocks. So
masterclass or in the introduction?
no, that will be in the masterclass.
So I have a question.
Yes.
In the masterclass, can you like mm, pay for some module or you have to pay for all of them?
You can pay. You can pay for some models. You can pay for some models. We are going to
Oh,
discuss. I'm gonna discuss it with my team and see how we can allow people to just pay for some modules, so they don't have to pay for the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
my other problem was just about our French-speaking friends.
I'm gonna have a translator. I'm gonna have a translator
Oh,
that during the masterclass. But
oh,
for the introduction, I have not been able to get that person because the person is very busy. But during the masterclass, I will not be the one translating. I will have somebody who is a fluent translator, a French translator, who is gonna do the job. Yeah.
oh, and if someone like is in Africa,
Yes.
can they like still invest? How can they
Absolutely.
do
I was
it?
in Africa
How
when
can
I
they do
started
it?
investing.
And
So
you had a card which was like your debit card or credit card. Which card were you able to use a card from Africa
yes,
and
yes.
then be
So
okay?
that's what I will explain to you. Even Samira can start investing. She's in Burkina. You don't have to be in America to start investing. There are stock market everywhere because there are shareholders everywhere. There are companies that are public everywhere. So what you need to do, you need to be and you need to go to finance. I will give you the link. I'll give you the resources. I have the resources through the masterclass for every country. Even in Europe, anywhere you are, there are stocks you can invest. You can buy stock from your bank. You can buy stock from a bank institution. You can buy stock from big companies in your countries. You can buy. Sorry, I have allergies, and I'm like my nose is so my nose is like itchy. So but you have to do your own research. That is why I'm saying it's important to do your own research. I will give you the resources. I'm gonna give you the links, the tools, but you have to go and do your own research.
Yeah, because like I would like to interest some people from my country, but I
Oh,
don't
they
know
are so.
how. Yeah.
I mean, my dear, in Rwanda there are many great stocks to invest in. A lot of great stocks to invest. A lot.
Yeah, but can they be able to invest like in a stocks outside?
Yes, yes, and I'm gonna have to make sure that I get that information very clearly and
Mm-hmm.
how that can be done, because what is needed, there are many paperwork that will be needed from them. Okay, for you to have an account and all that, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, because of also, there are frauds, there are
Mm-hmm.
internet fraudulent and stuff like that. So some companies are very reluctant when it comes to having people from outside investing into it.
Yeah, that was my
However,
problem. Mm.
however, it is not impossible.
Oh, okay.
It is not impossible, because there are some stocks that are international. There are some companies that are international, that are based in many countries, in multiple countries. So they have stocks that are available in multiple countries. So I don't think there is any limitation in terms of country wise. So yeah. So
Okay.
let me translate for Samira. So Samira,
Mm.
on était à, je sais pas je sais pas si tu m'écoutes, mais je vais essayer de traduire avec toi. La question c'était quels sont les
Oui,
types
je suis là.
d'investissements. Oh, tu es là, ok. Quels sont les types d'investissements qui sont dans le marché? Donc, je disais que le marché boursier, c'est comme un océan. Il y a beaucoup de choix, et chaque personne peut choisir ce qui lui plaît. Mon rôle en tant que coach ne sera pas de vous dire où investir. Mon rôle en tant que coach, c'est de vous donner les outils nécessaires pour vous de faire vos recherches et de choisir quelles sont les bourses et quels sont les stocks qui vous plaisent et que vous aimerez investir. Et comme je l'ai dit, la personne qui m'a aidé à commencer à investir, c'est Monsieur Warren Buffett. Et il a des instructions qu'il suit pour choisir quels sont les stocks pour lesquels il peut investir. Et la première loi qu'il a, c'est de ne pas perdre d'argent. Il n'investit pas dans des stocks qui peuvent s'écrouler demain. Il y a des stocks, aujourd'hui, tu peux payer à un prix très, très bas et beaucoup de gens vont payer et demain, le marché crash et tu perds tout ton argent. Il y a des stocks comme ça. Il y a d'autres stocks où tu peux investir aujourd'hui et puis il y a 50% de chances que tu peux avoir tout perdre ou tu peux avoir plus d'argent. Et il y a d'autres stocks où tu peux comment dire, où tu peux investir et ça va grandir et tu ne perds pas. Et même quand le marché est bas et que tu perds, je ne considère pas comme une perte. Pour moi, c'est une opportunité. Quand le marché est bas et que je vois que la compagnie dans laquelle j'ai investi est bas, je paie encore plus de stock dans cette compagnie parce que j'ai confiance en cette compagnie. Je crois que cette compagnie va grandir. Je crois que cette compagnie ne sera pas hors du marché. Donc, je paie en plus. Donc, je donnais un exemple à Valentine. Je disais, si tu vas dans un endroit où il y a des soldes, ok? Et ils disent c'est 75% de soldes. Mais cette boutique n'est pas très, très chère comme Chanel, par exemple. Et tu vas à Chanel et il y a 75% de soldes. Bien sûr, tu vas investir ton argent à Chanel parce que tu sais que Chanel est une grande compagnie de qualité. Il a la qualité et tout. Donc, quand les prix sont bas, ça dépend de la qualité de l'entreprise et ça dépend de quelle entreprise c'est où tu peux investir. Samira, est-ce que tu as compris?
Oui, oui, je comprends. Je
Ok,
comprends.
tu as une question?
En fait, j'aimerais bien, si possible, avoir un petit résumé de l'interaction que tu as eue avec Valentine. Parce que j'ai capté quelques mots, mais j'ai pas pu tout comprendre.
Non, c'est ce que je lui expliquais parce qu'elle me demandait comment est-ce que savoir que un stock est bien ou pas. Comment savoir que ce stock est bien, est sécurisé ou pas. Et je lui disais qu'il y a beaucoup de paramètres à voir, il y a beaucoup de questions à se poser, et il y a beaucoup de recherches que toi-même tu dois faire, que chaque personne doit faire avant de pouvoir investir son argent. Comme je le dis, c'est très important de se rappeler que c'est ton argent. C'est ton argent. Si tu gagnes, tu gagnes beaucoup d'argent. Si tu perds beaucoup d'argent. Donc, c'est important de pouvoir prendre le temps de faire des recherches, de se poser des questions. Et je vous donnerai ces questions à vous poser. Et quand toutes ces questions, quand tu réponds à toutes ces questions et que tu vois que tu as répondu à toutes les questions et que c'est oui, c'est mieux, tu peux investir maintenant. Yeah.
D'accord. Donc, si je comprends bien, parce que moi, je me disais que pour ce cours, il n'y aurait pas que des conseils. Par exemple, quand j'ai écouté ton récit, j'ai compris que c'était des investissements que tu avais eu à faire. Mais est-ce que, en guise d'exemple, on pourrait avoir droit à un exemple concret, c'est-à-dire,
Absolument.
je suis entrée dans la bourse, voilà.
Oui, absolument. Je vous donnerai
En-
quelques exemples de
voilà.
bourses, de stocks où moi-même j'ai investi et je vous donnerai les exemples de comment mon investissement a grandi. Absolument. Mais ce que je voulais, la chose la plus importante à savoir, c'est que je ne veux pas seulement que
Oui.
vous preniez mes conseils comme des conseils absolus. C'est important que
Oui,
vous-même
oui.
fassiez vos propres recherches parce que par
Vos
exemple,
propres recherches.
parce que je sais, il y a beaucoup de gens, et la plupart des gens qui perdent leur argent dans le marché boursier, c'est parce qu'ils suivent beaucoup de célébrités, beaucoup de gens leur disent, oh, investis dans cette bourse, investis dans cette bourse. Non, 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 il faut savoir, ok, est-ce que vraiment cette compagnie que je vais investir, est-ce que cette compagnie est-ce que j'ai confiance à cette compagnie? Est-ce que je suis sûre que cette compagnie sera là après 10 ans? Est-ce que je suis sûre? C'est mieux de faire vos propres recherches. Même moi, je continue à aller à prendre des cours parce que le marché évolue. Chaque année, le marché évolue, le marché change. Les stocks qui étaient bons l'année passée ne sont plus les mêmes aujourd'hui, ok? Donc, chaque
Mais
jour,
je comprends.
les stocks
Ça
augmentent. Donc,
évolue.
et ça évolue.
Bien
Mais
sûr.
je vous donnerai des exemples. Je vous donnerai des exemples des stocks dont je crois fermement qu'ils sont bien et ils sont renumérables. Et puis, yeah. Mais vous ferez votre choix à la fin, yeah.
D'accord.
Une petite question.
Oui.
Vous dites que vous, chaque année, il y a peut-être de nouvelles stocks qui sont là et vous continuez d'investir. Mais vous avez dit que quand même, on ne vend pas ce qu'on a déjà. Est-ce que c'est-à-dire que vous continuez toujours à accumuler les stocks? Tu n'as jamais vendu depuis que tu
Jamais.
as commencé?
Depuis que
Jamais?
j'ai commencé, je n'ai jamais vendu. Jamais.
Wow.
Jamais. C'est pourquoi je dis il y a des investisseurs qui sont différents. Il y a des investisseurs qui vendent et il y a des investisseurs. Moi, je n'ai jamais vendu. Et encore, comme je le dis, la raison pour laquelle je ne vends pas mes stocks, c'est parce que la personne qui m'a enseigné indirectement par ses livres, indirectement par son expérience, n'a jamais vendu ses stocks. Les stocks qu'il a eu qu'il a payé depuis l'âge de 11 ans, il a 93 ans. Il a toujours ses stocks.
Oh my goodness.
Donc, c'est ce qui fait que je ne vends jamais mes stocks. Les stocks que j'ai depuis 2011, je les ai toujours.
OK. Mais
Yeah.
quand vous...
Et ce que je fais, parce que la plupart de mes stocks sont les stocks à dividendes, c'est-à-dire ce sont des stocks qui me paient chaque mois ou chaque 3 mois ou chaque 6 mois ou annuellement. Donc, l'argent que je reçois de ces stocks, j'utilise cet argent pour payer d'autres stocks. Est-ce que tu
Et
peux
comment
voir?
est-ce que vous avez accumulé l'argent pour vous? Parce que vous investissez le même argent pour acheter les stocks. Et comment
Non,
est-ce que
mais
vous pouvez
tu vois que
gagner quelque chose?
chaque jour, le stock augmente ou diminue. OK?
Mhm, mhm.
Et quand tu as un stock à dividendes, et ça dépend. Si c'est un stock qui te paie chaque 3 mois, il t'envoie l'argent sur ton compte, OK? Ou chaque 6 mois, il t'envoie l'argent sur ton compte. So, ce que je fais, je n'utilise pas cet argent pour manger ou quoi que ce soit parce que j'ai un travail et j'ai d'autres
Ressources.
ressources. Donc, ce que je fais, j'utilise cet argent et je regarde quels sont les stocks que je peux investir. Si je veux, souvent, je paye plus de stocks dans la compagnie où il me paie les dividendes pour avoir plus de dividendes. Parce que plus tu paies les stocks, plus de stocks tu as, plus de dividendes tu as. OK?
Oui, oui.
Donc, c'est ainsi que, yeah, C'est ainsi que je grandis mon investissement.
OK.
Mhm.
Yeah, c'est vraiment très intéressant d'étudier ça.
Yeah. So, okay, let me translate it in English. So, Valentine asked me if I have ever sold all my stock, any of my stocks, and I told her that from the time I started investing, I still have the stocks that I started investing. Why? Because I invest the Warren Buffett ways. So the Warren Buffett ways, he never sells his stocks. And there's one thing that he said. One day he sold one of his stock, and it's the stock of Walt Disney. And that was the greatest mistake that he's ever done, because if he had that stock today, it would have millions and millions of dividends. So he said that was the greatest mistake he did, to sell his stock. So I was like, since he made that mistake, I'm not gonna make that mistake. So I don't sell my stocks. So that's what I was saying.
Je dois chercher ce livre. Je dois lire ce livre.
Ce livre est sur Amazon. Il faut le lire. Il faut le lire. C'est très important. C'est le livre. Ce livre a changé ma vie. Il y a deux livres qui ont changé ma vie actuellement. The Warren Buffett Way and the Intelligent Investor. The Intelligent Investor is by Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham is
Aline?
Yes?
Aline,
Oui,
s'il te
Samira?
plaît, tu peux écrire les références des livres là. Tu peux écrire les références des livres parce qu'en fait, comme la connexion n'est pas très bonne, ça s'entrecoupe.
Ok, les références sont
si
sur
tu peux
le
écrire,
groupe privé. Les références sont sur le groupe privé de Facebook. Je les ai mis le lundi. J'ai mis.
Oui,
là,
je les ai vus.
Pas.
Oh.
Vous les avez vus?
Je n'ai pas entendu.
Moi, je les ai vus sur les photos là que tu as postées sur YouTube.
Yes, sur Facebook.
Yeah. Non, c'est Facebook, sorry, c'est Facebook.
J'ai mis les livres.
Il y a les titres. Il y a les titres de ces livres.
La liste des livres est sur Facebook.
Peut-être tu peux écrire dans le chat pour que, pour que Samira voit.
Je vais écrire dès qu'on finit. Je vais t'écrire dès qu'on finit les questions, parce que ça fait 1 heure et je veux terminer la conversation. Mais je vais t'envoyer la liste. Je t'enverrai la liste tout de suite. Okay? So I wanted to do it in 1 hour, and it's already an hour past. So I want to answer the last question. Oh, do you have any question before I answer the last question?
No, for me it's okay. You can look for other people's questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
The last question is, how do I get out of debt? And can the stock market help me get out of debt? How do I get out of debt? And it's okay, Samira. It's gonna be l'interview sera sur YouTube. Tu pourras bien entendre, ok? Je sais que tu n'entends pas, ta connexion est mauvaise, mais c'est pas grave. On va terminer maintenant. Je réponds à la dernière question et puis on va terminer la communication. Okay, so the last question is, how can I get out of debt, and can the stock market help me? Okay, so now it's very important. Let me put it this way. It's very, very crucial to understand that the stock market, it's a portfolio income. Okay, so a portfolio income, it's an income that is not a fixed income. Okay, it fluctuates. Okay, it can go up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's an income that I would say it's good to have, it's great to have, but it should never be the only stream of income that anybody should have. And as a child of God and as a Christian, I am very well aware of the fact that God, in Ecclesiastic 11, 1-6, God is telling us to have multiple streams of income, like throw our seed in different places. So it's important to have multiple streams of income. So now, to get out of debt, you need a plan. You need to budget yourself. And during this masterclass, I am going to give you a skeleton, a budget skeleton that will help you budget yourself and be able to find it. And it's not only me. I have another guest speaker. She is a risk specialist and a financial advisor and a wealth manager. She is going to give an insight of how to get out of debt, of how to be financially free, of how to be in a place of financial freedom. It is possible, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan to work towards it. So she is going to be the one helping people do that. She has 2 businesses and she takes care of she helps people actually manage their wealth, and most importantly help people to finance, like to go into the towards the financial freedom and learn to budget their finances and stuff like that. So that's not gonna be my field, but she is going to be the one teaching you and helping you to have an insight of how to get out of debt. But I'm telling you, the stock market, I would say it can be, but it should not be the main resource for you to get out of debt, because the stock market is a fluctuate field. So it's not a very stable field. So you can't just rely on that to be able to pay your debts. So that's the thing. That's the answer. So let me translate it. La dernière question était comment sortir de dette, et est-ce que investir dans le stock dans le marché des stocks peut m'aider à sortir de dettes. Et j'ai répondu que c'est difficile d'avoir comme l'investissement dans les stocks le seul moyen de sortir des dettes. Mais pendant cette introduction de la masterclass, il y aura une autre personne, pas moi, mais une autre personne qui est spécialisée dans les finances et dans la gestion financière, qui va vous aider à pouvoir avoir une image de comment sortir des dettes et de comment budgétiser votre argent pour pouvoir sortir des dettes financières. Donc, c'est pourquoi c'est important. Je vous invite de vous inscrire. Je vous invite de pouvoir vous inscrire à cette masterclass pour avoir les informations dont vous avez besoin et pouvoir savoir, est-ce que cette masterclass qui va se faire l'année prochaine, est-ce que vraiment j'en ai besoin? Est-ce que j'ai besoin de le faire ou pas? Est-ce que c'est nécessaire pour moi de le faire? Est-ce que je suis dans la saison où j'ai besoin des informations pour sortir des dettes ou pour avoir un budget ou how you call it, a better income. So yeah, so inscrivez-vous, et je vous dis, pour la masterclass, j'aurai une traductrice qui va traduire qui va bien traduire la communication. Je ne serai pas la personne qui traduira. Comme vous l'avez vu, mon français est en train de partir, mais il y aura quelqu'un qui va traduire, et cela vous permettra à tout le monde, toute personne qui est francophone, de pouvoir comprendre et de pouvoir changer. Yeah. Okay. So, Valentine, do you have any questions, anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, no, thank you. And
Okay.
but I can maybe ask about the introduction to the masterclass. You said it will be how many sessions?
So it's going to be 3 sessions. It's gonna be 3 Saturdays. So it's gonna be August 8th, the other Saturday, and the other Saturday. Why we do it on Saturday? Because everybody has a busy schedule, and because we have students from all over the world. We have students in Europe, in Africa, in America. So we need to be able to accommodate everybody. It has to be during the weekend. It's not possible to do it during the week. So that's why it's gonna be 3 Saturdays. It's gonna be 3 sessions, and you will have an overall view of the 25 modules in 3 sessions. So the first session will be with me, and then the other 2 sessions will be with other people. Okay, Samira is back. So yeah, so Samira, nous sommes en train de conclure. Je sais que ta connexion n'est pas bonne. Est-ce que tu as une autre question avant qu'on ne conclue? I think her connection is bad, but yeah. So it's gonna be 3 sessions, 3 Saturdays, and then yeah, so that you have all the insight for the masterclass and see if it's very suitable for you and what you need, what you would like to learn for more. Yeah.
For how long?
The sessions.
The session each. For how long each?
It will be not less than. It will be maximum 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. I know we have a busy schedule and we have busy people.
Yeah, but it's good like to have information. Thank you for
Yes,
taking your
yeah.
time.
And it's gonna be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then what time? 1 p.m. GMT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So les sessions seront 13h GMT, 8h Central Standard Time, 9h Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Et ça commence le samedi prochain. Donc, inscrivez-vous dès maintenant et vous recevrez quelques notes pour commencer à vous renseigner, à vous préparer, et ça vous aidera à savoir, à être prêt pour cela. Yeah. Et pour vous inscrire, $150 et les méthodes de paiement sont sur le commentaire de cette vidéo. Yeah. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So thank you guys for coming, and I hope I answered every question, and I look forward to have you next Saturday. It will not be live, it will be a private session. So if you want to learn more about this, register, and I hope that if you have any question, email us at masterclass at alineumutoni.com, and then we'll be so glad to answer your question. So God bless you and bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
God bless.